Hi, I'm Tracy.
I'm Cordell.
Welcome to PerditoRanchOK.com. Today is August 7th, 2024. It's 7:30 p.m. We're bringing you a special update because there's so much that's happened in the last 3 days since we made our last video, and so much that could possibly happen tonight. We'll start with Sunday into Monday morning. Asian markets fell sharply. Japan had to actually halt trading in their markets. Cryptocurrencies took a huge hit. Silver and gold went down. Usually this is odd because usually when the markets take a hit, silver and gold go up, but they went the other way. Normally they're a very solid investment. On the upside, Lockheed Martin stocks went up. I would also like to see what maybe Raytheon and some of the other military industrial complex stocks look like.
Military stocks going up, that's not always a good thing.
No, it's not.
Unless you're investing in it.
Yeah, that usually means that somebody knows that something's fixing to happen that the rest of us don't know.
Fox News was reporting a full squadron of F-22 Raptors that have been moved to the Middle East. And an internet search, there are 18 to 24 fighter jets in a squadron.
Obviously, they're not going to tell us where they went to for tactical reasons, security, but they have vastly increased fighter squadrons. Navy ships have increased quite a bit over there. There's already an aircraft battle group over there. They're moving a second one in to take its place, but the thing is, both of them will be there at about the same time before you want to move in and then take the other one's place and it moves out. Over to spaceweather.com. X-class solar flares. Earth-orbiting satellites have detected two strong solar flares on August 5th. One was an X-1.7 that came from departing sunspot AR-3767 near the sun's western limb. The other one, an X-1.1 from the giant new sunspot AR-3780 near the eastern limb. Shortwave radio blackouts over the Atlantic Ocean and the Americas as a result of the flares. More X-class flares are in the offing, especially from AR-3780. Today, there was at least 2 M-class flares from the new sunspot. We talk about the X-class flares because we operate ham radios and GMRS radios, and on the ham radio side, it does affect the frequencies. So we really keep an eye on the space weather.
And keep in mind that was everything from Sunday and Monday. We're about to move on to Tuesday.
Tuesday, according to the Gateway Pundit, Iran announces it will attack any Arab country that attempts to intervene in its attack on Israel. One of the interesting facts is that Iranians, Iraqis are Persian and not Arabs. Most Arab countries are Sunni, with Iran being Shia. So they seem to have no problem threatening other Muslim countries because they're different sects of the Muslim. SECTS.
They have different ideas.
Yeah.
They don't like each other's ideas. War news 24/7. Suffocating pressures inside Israel for a preemptive strike on Iran and generalized war. Russian arms airlift to Iran. Apparently Russia has decided to arm our enemies like we have been arming theirs.
Several places on the internet are reporting that Russia has, within the last few days, have brought in S-300, 400, 500, and possibly S-600 anti-aircraft missile batteries. Those are the equivalent to our Patriot missile battery, just a lot more advanced on the S-5 and 600s. Iran is also asking for upgraded and modernized rockets and missiles, and it appears that Russia is sending quite a few arms over there to them. On Wednesday, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, the OIC, announced an urgent meeting of foreign ministers for today in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The gathering will take place at the General Secretariat headquarters, commencing at around 4 o'clock local time. That meeting is now over with. It's believed that Iran won't attack Israel until sometime Thursday or Friday, their time. Just bear in mind that depending on your time zone, Israel is 7 hours ahead of the United States Eastern Coast, or Eastern time. So that means tomorrow morning we could wake up and Israel has been attacked by Iran. The thing to know is we don't know if it's going to be like last time where Israel just takes the hit and Iran says, all right, we're done, this was it, this is all we're going to do, or if Israel's going to strike back, or there's also the possibility that Israel could do a preemptive attack, which is one of the articles we talked about earlier. There's a lot of pressure on Israel that if they see that Iran is fixed to launch an overwhelming amount of rockets and missiles, and they may be coming from Lebanon as well as Iran and Iraq and Yemen, and if it looks like they're going to be completely overwhelmed, they may go ahead and do a preemptive attack on Iran to try to take out some of the missile launchers and some of Iran's rocket launching capabilities. Well, since we didn't do it on our first video, we're going to go ahead and start doing this once a week whenever we do our videos. It's called the Prepper Tip of the Week. You need a good, comprehensive first aid kit. I'm not talking about a boo-boo kit that has Band-Aids and triple antibiotic ointment in it. You need something that would cover injuries on a farm. Military IFAK kit would be a good start. Cover things like impaling a hatchet into your right knee, just behind and to the left of your kneecap, or hunting accidents or side-by-side crashes. You're going to need something that you can stop bleeding, plug holes with. If you manage to get a chainsaw into your leg, those are the worst kind of cuts because it's not just a laceration. A chainsaw will dig a channel about 1/4 of an inch wide out of your knee or your leg or wherever you cut yourself at. So you need something that you can pack the wound with to help stop the bleeding. If you live on a farm or ranch, everybody knows things can happen, but not only do you need to have a kit, you also need to know how to use it. A basic first aid course, most places will offer one. You can even take an EMR course, which is Emergency Medical Responder, which is just above a basic first aid course. Really the only difference is you're able to put C-collars and stuff on. Or if you are really interested in something like that, you can take an EMT course. Most Votex here in Oklahoma will offer an EMT course, or you can find some place, maybe some fire departments are offering them something. If you want the knowledge, don't worry about the tests. Take the course. They do cost. I couldn't tell you how much they cost. I know they're not cheap and they're sure not free. But if you want to take the course just for the knowledge, there's an awful lot of good knowledge and the book that comes with it. You can take the course. Don't worry about passing the tests, unless you just want to. Now, if you decide you may want to take a career as an EMT, then you better worry about passing the test. But it's just good knowledge to have. Even if you don't want to take the test or anything, it's still very good knowledge. We're also going to recommend a couple books. Normally, I don't recommend books to read. But obviously, the first one that I'm going to recommend is your Bible. Read your Bible. Pick it up, knock the dust off of it, and read it. You can even start at the very beginning because that's the best place to start. The second one is...
I really like this book. It's called 1 Second After. It's by William Forstchen. It's a very, very well thought out book. It goes into great detail when it comes to a possible EMP attack on the United States. It goes as far in depth to tell the possible percentage of the population that had survived after the first year, and it wasn't a lot in a lot of places.
Government studies have actually showed that in the first year of say we had an EMP attack, which is what this book is based on, that 90% of the population of the United States will be dead. That's an awful lot. Within the first 30 days, everybody that has had that's on heart medication, diabetes, they're going to be having trouble. Within the first 24 hours, people that have electronic devices such as pacemakers, insulin pumps, oxygen machines, anything that keeps you alive, a quality of life type machine or anything like that, those people, they're going to start running into problems, especially if they can't find anywhere to get electricity to power those. And most of the time on an EMP attack, the pacemakers and things will shut down automatically. Not to mention the aircraft that will be falling out of the air, vehicles won't work, there will be no EMS, there will be no hospitals because most of them aren't even EMP shielded. Another thing that the book talks about that I had never thought about was the United States has a lot of people on antipsychotic medication. Most of them are only allowed a 30-day supply. This book kind of goes into talking a little bit about what they were going to have to do to deal with these people that are on antipsychotic medication and the medication is run out. Do they round them up, imprison them? Do they wait till they hurt somebody else? And it was a very interesting discussion that this author had come out with and thought about this. I've listened to this book. This is actually the first book in a 4-part series, but the first one has so much information on it. I've listened to it probably 4 or 5 times on Audible, and every time I'm sitting there taking notes and stuff on it. I've read the book once, but since it's a pretty good drive, I listen to Audible a lot. But just the fact that it's a small town is where it's set in, and the things that they had to deal with, from everything from starvation to medical emergencies to making new forms of antibiotics. It's very well thought out, and again, we do highly recommend this book. So
that's all I got.
That's all we've got. Well, we're going to conclude the video now, and by the time we wake up in the morning, Iran will either have attacked Israel and Israel struck back, or we may not have any kind of an attack till this weekend. We just don't know. Since me or Cordell, neither one, get invited to the White House briefings, or the Shah or the Prime Minister of Iran doesn't give us a phone call and let us know his plans, so we're just having to guess like everybody else. But I will say that our president and vice president, the intelligence that was coming out and that was put on mainstream media, they actually believed that the attack was going to happen Monday evening our time, and it hasn't yet. We've been thinking it's going to happen for since last Friday. It still hasn't happened yet. We just don't know. So if something major happens, like this turns into a regional war, we'll probably give a quicker update. If not, the next update will be August the 11th, Sunday. Thanks for watching. Visit our website at PerditaRanchOK.com. Like and subscribe to our channel on Rumble. We haven't got our video up to YouTube. We're having some issues with that. Hopefully soon we'll be able to work through those issues. Thanks again for watching.